so cold that he always seem to come back. Cause he know that it be a rap when I'm writing it from the back. Wait, oh, let me see your phone. Cause all them bitches is ratchet. And now let me get in my truck. Cause all them bitches are catch. Wait, damn, there I go again. I be tripping, I be flipping, I be so belligerent. Been the shit that we be fighting over so irrelevant. I don't even remember though, I was probably hella bent.
What's up, people? That was a little scary what I just did, but yeah. So, anyway, I am getting ready to explain myself in a second. So, first of all, let's make one thing clear. That was unintentional. Freeze. Hold on, let me get my shoes. Okay. Let's make one thing very, very, very clear. Because I feel like I need to emphasize this as much as possible. I really can't express this enough. We are not robots. I clearly feel like every time people think that somebody's in the military, they assume like they're just robotic and always do what we're supposed to do. First of all, we don't always do what we're supposed to do. We don't always do what we're supposed to do. That is the reason why we get in trouble. It's stupid desert with these goddamn bugs, man. Anyway, so we are not robots. Clearly, there needs to be an emphasis on this because I'm tired of people assuming. But you know what? When you assume, make an ass out of you and me. Or so I've been told. Now, anyway, we actually have lives outside the Navy. We actually do things that make us happy. We don't always are about the military or about the Navy 24/7, which is why when it comes to some people in leadership, they'll believe that you can't have a life outside of the Navy. Not saying everybody, but some people. Now, like I said earlier, the biggest thing that people assume is that we're robotic and we always do what we're supposed to do. We don't always do what we're supposed to do. That is why we get in trouble. Many times over. Have I gotten in trouble? Duh. Without a doubt. I feel like you won't ever succeed in life if you don't get in trouble. How are you going to learn how to be the best if you don't know how to fail? And that's actual reality. So we don't always do what we're supposed to do, and that's why we get in trouble, you know? And another thing I want to emphasize is that we have a life outside of the Navy. We actually do things. Like, for example, me right now. It's about almost 8 o'clock at night, and I'm getting ready to go have my little dance session. And for those of you who don't know, I like to dance a lot. That I started to do again. Dance has always been a part of my life, one way or another, and I feel like that is my means of expression and my means of exercise. Now, there have been times where I would dance on base, and certain places permitted me and certain places didn't permit me. So I've never been here before, so I'm going to test the waters because the worst thing they can say is no. I mean, probably not, but, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm willing to take that L. And I say this because a lot of people don't understand that people in the military, they want to be able to express themselves and do certain things. That's why so many of us get certain jobs or get a second job. They do things, they participate, you know. Some people do it for eval purposes, and some people actually do it for, you know, genuinity. And I feel like before you join the Navy or during your time in the Navy, just take the time to know that there are going to be things in life that you're going to have to learn how to accept and do outside of the military, because that's life. Like, we can't always be about something completely 24/7. That's why it's so important for us being adults, us being like learning about leading and learning about just like finding yourself, that you have to have multiple things to do. You can't just be centric and focused on one thing. That's the problem with people in the military. And I'm not saying everybody, it's just like people make it seem like you can't do anything else. Once upon a time ago, in my last command, I used to go into work on the weekends back when I was a third class, And I'll never forget one of my officers who was in charge at the time of the department. You know, he told me, your life is not so and so and so. Like, your life is not just the military. Make sure that you spend time outside of the family. And he was expressing this a lot because him being in longer, him knowing that, him being an officer, him going down a different path than I did, for me as a junior sailor at the time, it was for me to understand, it was him explaining to me that having a life outside of the Navy was important because I only have a little bit of time, one might say. Like, you're young, you know, and I feel like as we get older, we forget a lot of things. We forget things that we need to do for ourselves because we get so focused on other people. And this is not to demean people who have families. This is not to demean anybody who, like, you know, if you don't feel like this affects you, then it's all right, you know. But if you feel the way that I feel, that it's okay to have a life outside of the Navy, then you go ahead and hit that like button, because I'm pretty sure that there's a number of people that can agree with me. Not everybody is about the military 24/7. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people, they're made for the military, like made. They have this, like, their mentality, that's what they live for, that's their bread and butter. But people like me, artists like me, you know, I feel like there's so many different ways that I need to express myself, and so many different ways that I need to be, that I can't just sit in a box all day. I can't just do the same thing all the time. I have to keep myself not just distracted, but I have to do something that genuinely makes me happy. And if dancing out in a parking lot is what makes me happy, then that's what I'm finna do, okay? All right, so I'm keep this short. It's already 7 minutes, so it's kind of long, but I don't like long videos. I don't know if you guys noticed that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for keeping up with me for Vlogtober. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, you should hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button, because that's the only way that you guys are gonna know when I'm coming out with the next video. And lastly, hit me up on my social medias and ask me questions, talk to me. You know, I'm always down to talk. I might not be the nicest person in person, but I am a nice person, just not a people person all the time. That's fair to say, right? All right. Oh, peep the Sanford and Son shirt. If you don't know the show, you suck in life, okay? How about 5 across that lip? All right, guys, deuces.